Hi, Cancer. Welcome to your March 2016 love reading. It's Rena here. And this is too funny. I have been just saying how I'm getting some of the same cards over and over again. And one of them is the Two of Swords, and that was the first card I picked for you. So this is a card of having to make a decision, indecision, being on the fence, not wanting to have to make a decision. The woman is blindfolded, so there is some sort of refusal to see perhaps the truth of the situation. And obviously in life, things aren't black and white. Even if you're in a really bad place with another person, there may be things about that person that you do like. Maybe you are in love with a person that is not good for you. And it may be illogical. You may not even know why you feel that way, but you do. And so I picked a card to kind of explain why you are in this fence sitting mode right now. And I got the Page of Wands. So this could be a person that's on the scene, possibly a fire sign individual, or somebody who has a lot of fire in their chart. The person in question can actually be an Aries because this card is connected specifically to Aries. And perhaps you're hot and heavy in a love affair and it's a sudden thing and it's causing you to feel like you have a dilemma on your hands, whether to continue with it or whether to stay in your committed relationship, so-called committed relationship, right? And pages can refer to messages. This could be something that you discover that has driven you, and it can actually arouse anger within you and cause you to feel like you have to take action, but you are still torn about it and you haven't done so as of yet. There can be a relationship with somebody that is love and hate. And so this is what is causing this sort of indecision on your part, because the good times are really good, but the bad times really suck. And so you're confused or at the very least torn. Another thing I wanted to say about pages is because they are younger people, it might be that you're involved with somebody where there's a great age difference, and that is causing you a bit of conflict as well. The higher message is the Four of Wands. So if the decision is between an affair and your home life, I would say that this card is suggesting that you should think about that home and about making that into an ideal situation, that there's a happy home waiting for you, because you are a very domestic sign, Cancer. So having a committed relationship is important to you, important to most of you. Some of you may have, for instance, a lot of Gemini, and that makes you much more non-committal. But in general, a Cancer person wants to have what the Four of Wands represents, which is domestic bliss. It could be related to even a new home. But in this placement, I'm thinking that it's reminding you of what really matters to you. The advice is the Empress card, which is associated with being a mother, and Cancer is actually connected to the mother. So if you, for instance, have children that are still growing up and you're having some sort of torrid affair, it's asking you, are you being there for your children? Are you doing something that is going to jeopardize the happiness of your children's home just because you want this feeling of exhilaration or specialness or what you think is love? The Empress is also about sensuality. So if you have been someone maybe in a marriage where you had children and of course I'm referring to women here, but you were kind of getting involved with being a mother, that you lost that sensual part of yourself, and that has put a strain on your marriage, then maybe it's saying that you adopt a little bit of that tendency. Now, obviously, this is in the context of relationships that are with respectful partners. I'm not just talking about making somebody happy who is an abusive person. And actually, what crosses you is the Devil card. So I feel that some of you may be involved in relationships, and it could be this affair relationship where it's something that is an addictive thing. You're addicted to the affair and you can't seem to break free from it, and it's controlling you in some way. The Devil card is also connected to Capricorn, which is ruled by Saturn and can indicate pessimistic thoughts. So perhaps some of you don't have a high opinion on love and feel that you're meant to suffer and that this is just how relationships always are, because maybe you witnessed that when you were growing up and you just think it's a normal thing. And I would say that you're just settling, and you have to really understand that just because you experienced it in the past doesn't mean that that's all that you deserve. What is working in your favor in March is the Wheel of Fortune, another major arcana card, and a card that is associated with being on a lucky streak. So because it's a wheel and wheels turn, it's turning in your favor now. So whatever happens, I feel like you're going to land on your feet, and this will be very good for you because it gives you that little extra bit of luck if you've been feeling torn about making a decision. Maybe you're worried that you're going to make the wrong decision. And the Wheel of Fortune is saying, no, the universe has your back right now. So that's really awesome. And the outcome is the King of Wands. And it's really funny because the King of Wands is like this double masculine energy. You know, the king represents yang energy, and so does the wands because it's the fire signs. I would even suggest that it might be a Leo that it connects to. I don't know that right at this moment, but it's definitely with the fire energy. And this is the outcome for you, is to be a leader. And this means to have integrity and to be a person that others can look up to. So especially when, you know, with that Empress card, if you are raising children who are underage, this is a card of, you know, living in your integrity, which means that if you're doing anything that is underhanded, you are not living up to what the King of Wands represents. And it's also about being, you know, fearless in a lot of ways, but also being dignified. And so the person who started this reading, who is the Two of Swords, who really is having a difficult time making a decision or even dealing with the facts as they really are, because she is blinded to whatever is really happening. And maybe it's a willful ignorance. A lot of that kind of behavior is due to fear. A fear that if you say no to something that you know is not good for you, but is providing some sort of excitement, that you won't have anything to take its place. And the King of Wands is a very vibrant kind of an energy, and saying that you can enjoy your life, but it's a maturity that it brings you. And the Page of Wands is a very immature energy. So it's like two teenagers in heat. And it's very passionate, but it's also very short-lived. And the King of Wands is very well established. So we have this signature of the 7 cards that I picked. 3 were Wands cards. So they are related to fire and to passion. And it's all about gravitating towards passion that is a healthy type of passion. The Four of Wands is about enthusiasm, but the four represents stability. It's about building for a future, which is what a home represents. And yet there still is that sense of joy that is associated with this card, the Four of Wands. And the King of Wands is somebody who is a leader, is not just somebody who is following the crowd, is somebody who is like setting himself or herself apart and is actually somebody to look up to. And so since you have this Devil card, that is crossing you, it's really good to look at the things that are in your life that are not serving you and seeing if you feel the sense of bondage from them, because that's what the Devil card can represent. And you can become this fearless person that the King represents. But you have to be the one to take charge of your own life and realize that you are in charge of your own life. And I do feel that generally Cancer is a very cautious sign, but under the right circumstances, any sign can have a torrid affair if they feel unloved. And I think that for Cancer would be the motivation more than, the physical side of things. I think it's a search for emotional connection, really. But unfortunately, you may be seeking it in the wrong place. So I hope that some of this resonated with you. If you would like a personalized reading using your natal chart along with the tarot, I do have a special on my longer love readings through the end of March. And I have other readings as well. So you take care of yourself, Cancer. Bye.